Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Madhuri Goswami. Welcome to this lesson. Dear students, let's connect this lesson to the previous one. In that lesson, we started studying irregular verbs in English. At the end of the previous lesson, that was part 2, I asked you to frame sentences by using those verbs. I believe you must have done that home assignment. Dear students, I can assure you, once you start doing those home assignments which your teachers provide to you, you will enjoy learning. So please make it sure that you do your home assignments. Now let's carry on with the list of the irregular verbs that we have been studying. The next word in the list is quit. Quit means to leave something. The translation of this word in Hindi is त्यागना या परित्याग करना या छोड़ना. Quite interestingly, its second form and its past participle form are the same as is the base form. So quit, quit, quit. Now listen to this example. He quit his job last month. How did you come to know about the tense of this sentence? By the word last month. Because there is no change in the form of the verb, whether we are using it for the past tense, past simple, or we are using it for past participle. So there are another words in the sentence that will indicate that we are talking of the past or present or future. Let's have some more examples using this word in a sentence. He has already quit smoking. Another example is, he will quit his job next month. The next word that we will take up from the list is rise. Dear students, does this word remind you of some other word? Any other verb? Yes, arise. And arise is the first verb of this list that we have been studying. First, let's see what are the forms of this verb rise, how this verb is conjugated. Then we will discuss the difference between rise and arise. Rise, rose, risen. Here we find the similarity with arise. Arise, arose, arisen. Though basically rise and arise convey the same idea, that is going upward. But the difference is the verb arise is used to talk about situations, whereas rise is used for things that move up or higher. Arise is to get up or awaken, while rise is anything moving from a lower to a higher level. Let's see the use of both these verbs in examples. We see in our surroundings that new problems arise every day. Listen to another example that uses the word rise. The sun rises in the east. Dear students, there is another verb that is raise. Students generally get confused between this rise and raise. You know, the words rise and raise commonly indicate an increase or improvement in anything. However, they are not same, or we cannot say they are one. The verb rise usually means growth or increment in something, whereas raise denotes to induce or elevate or augment something. Rise is an irregular verb and raise is a regular verb. The verb rise is intransitive as it doesn't take the direct object, whereas the verb raise is transitive. It's generally followed by an object. Let's have some sentences. Let's have a sentence in which we find the use of both these words. That will clear all your doubts. If the company denies raising the salary of employees this year, the rate of employee turnover may rise. Here, rise means an increase and raise also means to increase, but in different context. Now we have another common word, run, ran, run. I hope the meaning of this verb everybody knows. So just notice on the verb form, that is ran in the second form, and the past participle is the same as the base form, and the pronunciation is also the same, run. The next word in the list is saw. Please pay your attention because the same word is pronounced in American English differently. And in American English, its pronunciation is saw. But in British, it is called saw. Yes, one more interesting thing about it. The saw is a verb here in this list, but it's also used as a noun, and that means a hand tool for cutting wood or other hard materials, typically with a long, thin, serrated blade. And while using it, there is a backwards and forward movement of hands. But here we will talk about this word as a verb because we are talking of irregular verbs in this lesson. The past form of this verb is sawed, and the past participle is sawn or sawed both. Now, what does it mean as a verb? It means to cut something using a saw. Here comes the next word, say. Oh, it's also very interesting. Something about its pronunciation. This word is most commonly used in English, but still I heard this pronunciation of this word when it's used in the present tense with the third person singular. The pronunciation of the base verb form is say, and the second form, that is the past form, it's pronounced as said, not said, it's said. And the same is the case with the past participle, it's also pronounced said. It might look like the adjective sad. In American English, it is more closer to the adjective, the pronunciation of the adjective sad. But please, dear students, you don't be sad because now you have learned the correct one. Yes, I was talking about some interesting thing about this verb when used in the present simple tense with the third person singular. We add s or es to those base verbs when we use in the present simple tense with the third person singular. So, we add s to this the base form.
The next word in the list is see, saw, seen. It's a very common word in English, and I think you all know the meaning and even the forms of this verb see. Sell, sold, sold. This is the next word in the list, but don't get confused between sell and sale. Sale, S-A-L-E. This word is a noun. And this word in the list is sell, and both are differently pronounced and have different meaning. Sell, sold, sold. The next word is send, sent, sent. Then we have set, set, set. The common mistake in pronouncing this verb is sat. Usually people pronounce it as sat. No, that is S-A-T, and that's the second form of the verb sit that we will take up later in this part. This is S-E-T, set. So its pronunciation is the same for all these three forms, and spellings are also same, but they are used differently, just as we have seen the examples like put, cut, bet, etc. The next word is sew. Sewed, sewn or sewed. The past form is sewed, and the past participle may be sewed, and it's also used as sewn. And this verb means to join, fasten or repair something by making stitches with a needle. And the Hindi translation of this word is silna. For example, those two sisters sewed their own dresses. The next word in the list is shake, shook, shaken. The past form is shook and the past participle form is shaken. The next word in the list is shed, and quite interestingly, it has the same spelling and same pronunciation of these three verb forms. Shed, shed, shed. The meaning of shed is to fall to ground or to get rid of something. Sometimes it's used for to take off clothes. But as a noun, this word means differently. It means a shelter or a place for storage. The next word is shine, shone, shone. And its translation in Hindi is chamkana. This word is also used as noun, that means chamak in Hindi. In this list we have the next word as shoot, and its past form is shot, and the past participle form is the same as the second form, and that is shot. So shoot, shot, shot. The meaning of this verb is to make a fire with gun or to shoot a bullet, but it has another meaning also, that is recording by camera. The next word is show, and its past form is showed, and its past participle form is shown. For example, please show me your notebook. He showed me his new PC. Have you shown your report card to your parents? I hope with these examples, the use of all these three verb forms are clear to you. So, dear students, now it's time to practice. In this lesson, we have taken up some common irregular verbs. Now it's time to practice. Try to frame sentences using all of these three verb forms: base form, past form, and the past participle form of these irregular verbs, because this is the way you can remember them and you can memorize them, you can learn them easily and permanently. Bye for now. See you in the part 3. Thank you for joining. Happy learning.